Welcome to BattleTech in the Morning with Captain Nips. I'm Captain Nips, still playing the BattleTech backer beta. And today, we're going to dip back into the lore. We're going to dip back into the great conflicts of the Inner Sphere. Previously, I had played out contests between the Draconis Combine in what we'll call the Coreward Galactic Northeast region of the Inner Sphere against the Federated Suns in the Rimward East, Southeast corner of the Inner Sphere. And we've played out some conflicts between the Federated Suns and the Capellan Confederation to its west. Today, we're going to continue to broaden the borders because it turns out the Combine has another competitor to its west, Galactic West, in the form of the Lyran Alliance. Lyran Commonwealth. It's gone by a bunch of names over the, history of the Inner Sphere. I think at the point of this game, 3020s, I think we're Lyran Alliance still. They became Commonwealth later? A little fuzzy. Like I said, they've had a lot of names. But today, we're going to pit those two powers against each other. And to do so, we're going to set up the Combine side first, which will be on the AI side, with its characteristic Catapult K2 variant builds with the PPCs. And because of reasons I'll get to in a minute, we are going to have to stack up some catapults, and then we're going to fill this last slot with a Panther. Trying to use up a little bit more budget than usual because the Lyrans and House Steiner have this thing. Most BattleTech players are aware of it at this point, that Lyrans don't do lights too much. The LCAF, LAAF, the military of the Lyran nation, tends to put its stock in heavier mechs, almost to the exclusion of light mechs, but not completely. They do field light mechs here and there. But if you were to take your typical formation from the Lyran militaries, you would find lots of heavies, lots of assaults, a handful of mediums, and maybe a light or two every now and then. Going through the list of what's in the game files currently available to us, there are some options for what our build is going to look like. The first thing that we're going to start with is we're going to start on the heavy end of the scale. And we're going to start with a Victor 9S. The Victor 9S is exclusively a Lyran build. And so we're going to throw that bad boy in there. And unfortunately, because we have this wonderful thing called a budget, we're going to have to trim down from the typical Lyran deployment to something maybe a little bit lighter. So let's go down to some mediums, and one of the mediums that sticks out that is in the game right now, scroll up the list, is the Griffin 1S. The Griffin 1S is interesting because this is the one with the laser build in the arm. It brings an LRM 5 in the shoulder pack, but it skips the PPC and brings instead this laser array. Unfortunately, all of it is in the right arm, which makes it a little more vulnerable to weapon loss due to damage. And we're going to stack a pair of those up. And then to continue to trim some weight, nope, we're going to have to trim some weight some more. We have to dip down into the lights. So, to do that, we're going to go Commandos. Now the Commandos, it turns out, are largely a Lyran invention. They field the most Commandos of any Inner Sphere house unit, house military. And the 1B sticks out because it brings large lasers to the table. Now you probably are starting to notice a trend. Commando with large laser. Griffin with large laser. If the victor had a large laser, I would say we had hit the 3 cherries, but not so much. It brings, well, you've seen it before, autocannon and some small range, short range stuff. So, it's a little bit light, quite a bit light, but that's the cost you have to pay to bring something like a victor to the table. Pilot-wise, let's see what we want to do. I think that this is fine. Whatever. That's cool. The enemy lands can they'll be fine, I'm sure. I'm more worried about myself at this point. So let's put a good gunner into the cockpit of this victor. What the hell? Come on, Sumo. You're getting the call. Since we've got a fairly large number of large lasers in the... Where I'm going with this is precision strike is actually not a bad deal here. Apex is in the list here somewhere. There she is. 8 gunnery, precision strike. So we'll leave her in the Griffin. That seems fine. And then I think I'm just going to continue to want Paradise in Commando. And I don't think Master Tactician gets us anywhere with Mockingbird. Although that's not Master Tactician. That's Sensor Lock. Sensor Lock actually might not be too bad. I would prefer someone... I think I prefer Witness. I think someone that has better gunnery, because we're going to be shooting those lasers. So here we are. A weirdly lopsided match where we have 3 heavies and a light versus an assault, a medium, and 2 lights. Almost the flip of what you would expect to see these 2 sides to bring against each other in terms of weight classes. If this were more likely to be representative of their deployments, I think I would like to get more heavies in here and drop some of these lights, but given the list of mechs we have to work with that are representative of these different interstellar nations, this is what we got to work with. And we had to change, I had to change one of these slots from a Panther to a Catapult just to make up the weight and the cost. So let's see how this plays out.
Commencing deployment. Mech warriors, prepare for combat.
The Lyrans in the Combine have had a long standing dispute over border territory between the two, to the point that in the mid to latter era of the Inner Sphere, you know, circa 3030s, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Hey, this place seems...
They eventually had to come to an agreement that, hey, we're going to just continue to fight over this territory between us, and this sucks, and we're constantly at each other's throats. Can we maybe work something out? And through the intervention of many third parties, the Free Razelhag Republic was born. Now, the FRR, home country to the Usik Irregulars,
You have orders?
is actually a border state. It takes up until the clan invasion, the majority of the border between the Lyrans and the Combine,
Aye, aye.
because those 2 interstellar nations could just not be at each other's throats. And the creation of an entire third state gave them a buffer with which to back off a little bit. But we're not there yet.
Got a sensor trace.
In this era of the BattleTech backer beta, the FRR does not exist and is only a twinkle in the leaders of Comstar's eyes. Oh boy. Alright, so there's probably the Panther there. Willing to bet? No. Take that back. That's one of the catapults. I'm not sure how much I'm going to have to resort to standing in the river. I feel like these mechs are reasonably heat efficient. They're not the best. The large lasers are hot, and medium lasers to go with it also likewise. But we may have to dip our toes into the refreshing waters of the river.
I hear ya.
Sensor lock
What's the
and
plan?
evasive move. So let's
What can I do for you?
get Paradise's evasive move going here and take a shot where we can. Then there's the team. Shock of all shocks. Alright, so what do we got going on here? We've got an evasive catapult and evasive catapult. So, yep. I think we will... We have 50 salvos of SRM2 ammo. So even with these questionable 2-hit percentages, I think we go ahead and take the shot.
You should have never come.
Through the evasion. Landing the large laser. There we go. That's good. That's a good start. It's a good start for our little commando. Here comes the Panther. Interesting that it didn't decide to take a shot.
I hear ya.
Now, probably could have done this in the first place, but you know, let's try and leverage some cover here. Interesting that this spot next to the rock is out of line of sight. This spot is actually spotting over top of the rock. Let's see. So I go, my Griffin goes, and then all of the catapults go. So
I
before
read
my
you,
Victor.
Commander. Moving out.
I think we're going to leverage ourselves some sensor lock here. Let's target this lead catapult. Suppress that evasion.
Standing by.
And then bring our Griffin to bear. Ideally, I want some cover. Interestingly, I've got forest here and water here. I think I'll take the forest for now. Point up field. Oh, and that turns into an indirect line of fire. That's so unfortunate. That's not what I wanted. But
Affirmative.
I don't want to waste the sensor lock, even though this is only a 5 missile strike. 4 of them get through. Playing conservative on the other side, only firing one of its PPCs. You're fine, Paradise. Oof.
Armor breach. Internal damage.
Wow, they really got Witness's number for some reason. I need to get this Victor up here.
Yep.
Come on,
What
Sumo.
can I do you for?
I need you to hustle. Unfortunately, you don't have enough hustle. You big, slow robot, you.
No problem.
And there's the drawback of the Steiner methodology. Big, slow mechs are kind of hard to reposition. Alright, so how we got to do this?
Good to go.
I think my light mechs need to play a bit of dodgeball here and try to get better positions. prefer to get rear position on some of these mechs. Why can't I get a position on this Panther is the question. Is in such a weird spot. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna roll Witness down around this rock
Double
here.
time.
I need my bigger mechs to do the tanking here.
Reporting.
I can get evasion without having to sprint, which gives me an opportunity to throw some more laser fire. So I will take my shot at this Panther as I go by.
Unleashing hell.
Oh, come on, you gotta hit with these large lasers. Paradise. Not helping the cause here.
Yes, Commander.
Alright, so Apex has precise shot, so ideally we want to keep her in cover. This is a forested position, so we'll move here.
Move order confirmed.
Just taking a quick look at what we got. 95s with the long range stuff, 65s with the short, 85s across the board, 40 with the LRM-5. Is this the one? No, and that wasn't the catapult that I dinged up, or was it? Oh no, he's hiding here. Well, let's try and drop targets. I think I like the odds of this a little bit better than the other option. Snuck a head hit in there, but really need my pilots to be hitting with these large lasers. Here comes the pain. Sumo, I need you to dodge, baby, because this is probably gonna be your only chance to. Oh, boy.
That was good.
Does that leave that commando with any weapons? Alright, we still have a medium and an SRM-2. God, lost the large laser, though. That is killer. Nope, don't want to quit.
Yeah.
Alright, Sumo. Sumo, baby. 80, 85, 80, 85. Why is this rock such a problem for you? 55s, we don't like that. I think we're taking it to the water. I think we're taking it to the water and we're just going to have to face tank.
Now.
Which is unfortunate because this is the version of the Victor that upgraded this missile launcher to a 6 instead of a 4 at the cost of some armor, because that seems like a brilliant decision to be making. But
You're fired.
work with what we got. I think that hits. Nice. Alright, cool. Unfortunately, the left side of the Panther is a total dead side. It does me absolutely nothing to destroy it. Good on the miss. I like that. Alright.
Waiting for orders.
Behind their entire team in one go. This is probably going to end very, very poorly for Witness. Just take a quick survey. We keep picking away at the catapult that has already been damaged. Rear side armor's got 40 on the side panels, 55 on the center. Probably not cracking that open, but
Commencing Alpha Strike.
especially when we keep missing with these large lasers. Man. Alright. Paradise.
Have no doubt it will be done.
It's maybe not the greatest move in the world, but I want to try and keep pressure on.
The target is confirmed.
Oh, these commandos, once they lose those large lasers, it's
Commander?
a real hard kink in the plan. Alright, this time I want to get a direct line of fire on the K2 that we are focus firing. Fortunately as cover, but gotta take shots where we
Give
can.
them everything I've got. Okay, that hurt.
Oh, not the right arm, not the right arm.
Armor breach. Internal damage.
Of all the things to not lose, the right arm on that Victor is what we really don't want to lose. And it has the gall to charge me. Wow.
Internal structure damage. That wasn't good.
Whoa. Whoa. What was all that? Oh, that was dodging machine gun fire, is what that was. Oh, man. Oh, man. The Combine brought their A game today. It is not working out in our favor. Alright, so I really want to... I need to start positioning in such a way that I give up my left side to protect my right arm as much as I can.
I'm there.
So we're just going to move down the road. How much is left in the right arm? God, 15.
I got him.
Drill this panther. Alright, good. That takes away its PPC. Really? Oh man. Salt. The salt. Oh man, the salt. Phew. We are definitely fighting uphill today. Literally. From the river up.
Yes,
Alright,
Commander.
Paradise. Can't get a rear position on the catapult over here. Not that it matters much, it's still got tons of armor in the back. Boy, what a position we're in here. Upfield turnaround. Smash into this panther with some weapons. Take what we can.
Firing.
Right side destroyed doesn't do anything for us immediately, but it does make that center torso much more open.
Awaiting orders.
Ah, Apex. I need you to be striking things in the face. I can precision shot with the large laser, or I could fire the salvo, give it the cover. Since how much is it? It's 25% damage reduction, so laser's doing 30 at 95. 17 at 70% each, and 15 at 95. approximately. That's 30. 40. Yeah, I think it's still better to just fire everything. It's going to spread the damage around a little bit, but given that we haven't really opened any armor panels on this catapult yet, I think that's the better call at the moment.
Giving him everything I've got.
20. Commando's about to get kicked. Ooh, or not. Paradise finally finding his dancing shoes. Although, eating a bunch of machine gun rounds there. Oof.
Internal damage, Commander.
And it's overheating, though. That one's gonna get the... Oh, it didn't get the river. Interesting.
Yeah, that was good.
Alright,
Yeah?
Sumo, I need you to continue to protect your right arm as much as you can. Got all this cover, all this garbage. That catapult up the way has given up its back to me. Take a step this way. Can't quite. I think that'll still be front side for the catapult at the top of the screen. So going this way, that's definitely going to be left side. I just want to be...
On my way.
It's an odd bit of movement when you're trying to protect your sides. God, I wish I had inspiration right now. This is such a beautiful shot up the hill at the back of this catapult, but my numbers are garbage. Long range target moved. Oh boy. Yeah, that's gonna sail right through. Not even gonna open. Not even opening up an armor panel. Man. Paradise is gonna get kicked. Yep.
We lost a mech. Yes, Commander.
We are losing in stunning fashion here today. Absolute rout on the side of the Combine
Moving to
mechs.
position.
And of course we're going to overheat. Drop off one of the lasers.
Firing at enemies.
Because we keep missing with our big gun. And that is just,
Scored a
it's
critical
killing
hit.
us here. I think I've missed over half of my large bore weapon shots that I've fired in this match. Whereas the enemy team is doing an amazing job of landing their hits.
I think I broke my collarbone.
God, treating these catapults like brawlers. Who cares for minimum range when your shots always hit, right?
Oh boy, that's bad. Right here.
What do we got going on? We still got the autocannon. We've lost all the rest. Lost all the rest of the weapons on the Victor. And our 2-hit number is actually better if we just smash this thing in the face.
I'm on the move.
Aye, aye.
Gonna overheat a little bit, but I feel like I need to take take my opportunity here.
Reporting critical hits. I'm starting to cook.
Slants is not long for this world, the way this is going. We are not making up any ground here. We're not making it up fast enough. Oh, and we are definitely not making it up now. Rough. Curb stomped is what this looks like on the receiving end for one of the few times in my time in this game. I feel like that just in terms of lance composition and mech build composition,
Standing by.
the Combine kind of has an advantage right from the word go here. Their catapults are better built machines than most of the things that I brought to the table here today. On top of the fact that Lords, really? This thing is blocking line of sight. Get ourselves some precision strike, I guess.
Affirmative.
These builds that these mechs bring to the table on the Lyran side, they're kind of mixed builds. It's just kind of rough.
Barely hit. Commander.
And now we're gonna have to play. If I want to make any claims to a minor victory here, or at least less of a loss, I think I need to start playing the run away and hide game. Force them to come to me. Which unfortunately means taking some unfortunate positions in the process. On the plus side, he's still going to get evasion, but he'll not get the cover. Of course, we hit the leg with that laser.
Reporting heavy damage. Awaiting orders.
Continue to reverse into some cover here.
On the move.
Be nice if this shot kills this panther. Hey, look at that. We managed to kill their light. Which is something, but
That shot went internal.
the volume, the absolute barrage of PPC shots that are headed my way right now, I am not going to be able to weather that for too long. Also, the medium lasers.
Commander, I'm hit.
I know, Apex, this is not going well for anyone involved on our side. Man, soaking the damage, though. Griffin taking
I'm
a
taking internal
beating.
damage. Standing by.
At this point, I'm just looking to get to cover
Here we
because I
go.
think my best bet is to lure one of those catapults into melee range and just punch it. 70 damage at 85% chance to hit. If I were to throw inspiration on it, I could get a large and 2 mediums for 90 damage at like 95s to hit. Oh, and it's just completely armored. Oh, that's real unfortunate. I think I have to do that.
Come on, people, let's make it happen.
Take the more damaging shot where I can.
Move order confirmed.
Because now I have the heat scale to work with. And throw the LRMs into the mix. Oh. There we go. Oh boy. But this is just going to spread around, yeah. Superficial damage kind of all over the place. And then that catapult, yep, it's going to move to cover and just crack me open. Interestingly, though,
Commander?
the AI seems to not want to engage with all of its mechs. Try and keep a low profile as close to the hill as I can.
Moving out.
It's a solid hit to the center torso. That's good. We can work with that. If the enemy team wants to keep bumbling about and not actually kill my Griffin, I will take shots where I can. Although here we go. Get lucky with the misses. This guy's gonna round the corner too, isn't he? Just enough. Yep.
All units destroyed.
Woof. What a browbeating. What an absolute bludgeoning. Could not stand up to what the other side brought to the table there. And again, I honestly feel like, and I'll have to review the tape, but my team missing with the majority of their large weapon fire and the other team hitting with the majority of their large weapon fire just did not measure up, which is rough. I may play this again just to see if there's a better position or if there's a better way in, better angle on that enemy team. 2 commandos go down behind their enemy lines as they rush to the backside of the mechs. They get tore up. My Victor took the unfortunate early right arm hit that made me have to shield with the left, and they just worked me through the left side. Griffin, with its firing retreat, with its running combat, was not able to. I mean, it was single Griffin against 3 catapults. I take the catapults odds every single time. Didn't even hardly crack armor on the enemy team. And the Panther we managed to whittle down. I think.
Welcome, Commander.
I want to try that again. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to set this team back up. Catapult. 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 Panther. Okay. Leave their pilots the way they are. So back on my side. I'm going to take that Victor again. 9S. Throw Sumo into it. Now this time, so one of the things according to my notes is that the Lyrans and their commandos, and I think what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to skip the large laser commandos. Because let's be honest, I honestly, I don't know about the rest of you, but I personally kind of despise this loadout. think if you're going to go with a light, you need to go with a light that brings an outsized measure of damage capability for its size. Large lasers are too heavy. Unless you want to build a sniping light mech, a large laser on a commando is just too much weight for not enough punch. So I'm going to change these commandos to the SRM variant. And I'll grab that Griffin again, even though this Griffin really kind of... I don't like either of these builds, truth be told. But I think if I were to pick one of these builds that I actually prefer, I think I kind of prefer the PPC LRM build, because with a pilot with precise strike, PPC seems like a much better, or even an LRM-10 seems like a much better option than the large laser on this one. But the large laser 1S variant is the Lyran build, so we're going to go with that again. I make up a little bit of the budget deficit that I had on the other team because these commandos are better armed and thus more expensive. I think we will leave Apex there again. I want Paradise back in this boat here, and I'm not sure who to put in this fourth slot among the official pilots, the default available pilots. So I could take Mockingbird. Her gunnery is garbage. I could take Witness. His gunnery is not garbage. His piloting is not so great. Those both bring sensor lock. I could bring Blockade just for good skills, 6'8". I could bring Ozone for not quite so good skills, 6'5", but also Bulwark. But if I'm standing still, I don't know. I don't know that that's a great option. I think I'll bring Witness again. And now I'm just thinking, what can I do? What approach can I take? What kind of approach do I need to take? Same map, same conditions, that allows me a better chance at this. So the enemy team now most definitely has me at range. Their PPCs outrange my guns by half a map's worth for what it matters. So I need to stay down under cover until I can get into a close range position to jump them. I still want to keep them out of the water if I can, which is another part of the problem. Do I fight do I just fight from a defensive position?
Commencing deployment.
Do I just pull up the hill, make them come up the hill to me? I mean, it seems a little unsporting to exploit the AI like that. But that last match was just such a thorough drubbing.
Interface initiated.
The enemy team had...
I like it here. It's lush.
The enemy team had such good position. They had the cover on this hill. It was within medium range. They were able to get to the river when they needed to sink the heat in the river. If I move down this way, the fight's just going to be here again. If I move to my left, likewise, basically any move I make in the direction of their team, whether it's straight or to a lateral, is going to involve the river, and they'll be able to get some cover. And as much as I don't want to just back up the hill behind me and exploit that, I kind of do. Like I said, these loadouts now on these mechs,
Reporting.
SRM's medium laser, SRM's
on you,
medium
Commander.
laser. Again, this Griffin is kind of a mixed build.
Yeah.
AC-20, SRM, and medium laser. All of this is short range. I need the enemy team to meet me at short range. I need to, or I will get picked apart by the PPCs again before I really get a chance to do anything useful. So, continue to survey the terrain a little bit. I think in the interest of not drawing this out too much, I'm just going to post up behind the rocks here. Which is kind of
What can I do for you?
boring. I'm not.
Got it. Have no doubt it will be done.
Like, one of the unfortunate side effects of a game mode where it is literally objective kill the other team, and there's no incentive to move forward, i.e. some sort of capture objective or whatever, you know, take your pick, in a raw skirmish environment.
What's this? An enemy presence?
You end up in this situation where because it is not advantageous for me to move my team forward at all in any capacity, because the fight being down in this valley with the river is just going to go against me pretty much completely and objectively, and already has once. You end up with this kind of stalemate where everyone just sits on their hands.
Sounds smart. Cooling.
And waits.
What's the plan? Awaiting orders.
When there's no incentive to move forward, everybody just sits back. Now, fortunately, the AI
Detect a new adversary.
is not incentivized to simply stand in place, because if it was smart enough to just post up on this hill, or even just post up in the river and just sit there and make me come to them, then
What's up, Commander?
basically comes down to who makes the first move that gets them shot. And one of two things happens. One of us makes a move and gets shot, which is not
What can I do
ideal.
for you?
Or nobody moves and the entire match just sits there. I think what I'm going to do, since the AI is going to move up on my position, I'm going to move my mechs. I want to move these commandos. They're going to do an end around, and I'm going to have the Victor and the Griffin take this side of the hill. As the enemy team moves up this way, move the heavier elements down on them, move the commandos in from behind.
Aye, aye.
So, just going to get ourselves set up
On my
for
way.
that. Question is, are they all going to move to my right, or are they going to split? Because if they split, that could also be a problem.
Yeah? What can I do you for?
So we'll move back a little bit and
And
turn
now,
into the direction that they're coming from. Oh, that's not great.
Waiting on you, Commander.
On the plus side, oh, so we know that's the Panther. We know this is one of the 3 catapults.
How might I help? Of course.
Another thing that sitting back behind this rock is doing, that the AI has a tendency to do, in which this position is exacerbating.
Commander.
Actually, you know what? I'm just going to reserve her. Is that they have strung out. The enemy team no longer has a grouped death ball approach. This catapult's sitting way back. This catapult's sitting at mid to long range.
Standing by.
Okay, he's gonna move up. Ideally, I need the fight to happen behind the rocky outcropping here that I'm standing on, because this guy, I want to prevent him from just sitting back and firing from range.
What's up, Commander? Whatever. Standing by.
I hear ya.
I don't know what a good way to face is here. Backs are kind of to the wall. I'm gonna throw a sensor lock on this guy.
What's the plan?
Paradise.
Certainly.
Is it taking a run? It is taking a run. Oh boy, alright. That's about as good a
Yes, Commander.
position as we could ask for. It split itself from the team. It's already sensor locked. Not going to be able to get these LRMs at any better numbers. Around the corner, so let's just lay into it. Not a great start spreading the damage around like that. Here comes its buddy. If it's smart, it just turns the corner, is able to fire on me. Yep. Take it in the leg, a couple lasers to the chest.
Losing armor.
Have to try and reposition Apex in a way that gives her some cover or something. While we've got a turn or two while this team is kind of split up.
Yeah? What can I do you for?
There's no real measurable cover over here. We like those numbers. There we go. Autocannon 20 to the center torso. Doing a good job of cracking that up on. Oh, hello. That looked like a DFA. That came kind of out of nowhere.
Light damage. Holding firm.
All right.
What can I do for you?
Actually, you know what?
How might I help?
Well, Paradise make this move. Since he has the evasion, we're going to turn on the rear of this Panther and we're going to lay into it with all the missiles.
Good to go.
There we go. We open up some panels.
You're squirming in your cockpit, aren't you? Waiting on you, Commander.
Could we get lucky? Not without... Our position's not great. I could go for the rear shot here. Damage wise, 25, 64. I have 125 damage to put on its rear torso. It's only got 90 to give, but it's at 60s to hit. It's not great. Oh,
Coordinates received.
that's, well, think before you click, friends. That's all I have to say.
Be good.
I wanted to kind of measure out what a melee attack was going to look like, and instead I moved to position. Didn't really inflict that much damage, but
Standing by.
But I think we'll have Apex. I think we'll have Apex just curb stomp this guy quick and let Sumo deal with the catapult up front here. Yeah, there we go.
Target's taking a critical hit.
Now we can hit that from any position we want because both the front and back of the center torso are open. Yep. Not surprised. Machine guns.
Careful, they're looping around back.
Oh.
Hey, we're losing, guys.
Yeah, well, that was one of the unfortunate eventualities of that bad position. Ugh, it sucks. That sucks, because I really did not intend to want to put him there.
Yeah?
Alright, Sumo. Yeah, it's still from the side. I can't get behind it. He's just guarded. If I move here... Yeah, screw it. Go throw a punch in his face. That'll do. That's a great, great start. Continuing the work on this catapult. Panther's still got all its guns.
Awaiting orders.
All right, so we've got a bit of a fracas going on here. Can't get at the rear. Can't. Ooh, I could get to the rear of the Panther if I chose to get into line of sight of everything standing down there. I think the better move is to stay on the side of the hill. Just turn.
Coordinates confirmed.
Fire our SRMs. Hope a few of them chip through it. 20 damage. Even with the cover, I feel like this is pretty good odds that I kill it.
Unleashing hell.
Of course not. Of course not. Kind of spread the damage around. Didn't even get a center torso hit. Not even a single center torso hit.
Yes, Commander.
On the other hand, over here, it's a lot of structure to work through. 105. I'm not going to be killing this catapult
Firing
with
all
this
weapons.
called shot. Especially through the cover. But we're going to cut what's there in half. Paradise finding his groove. Machine guns, tink, 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 tink.
Hey, I'm losing armor over here.
Alright, Sumo. Let's take a look at this. It's actually got more armor in the back than the front. Honestly, actually, Was that 55, 51? I think I'm better off just firing at it at this point. Prefer to get to its front. Let's see, I'm on its left. Yeah, I'm on its left. Actually, this works out real good. I'm on its left side, which is already dinged up. We can get some damage transfers through. No. Move. Attack. Attack that guy. There we go.
I got him.
This probably works out in our favor. There we go. Cool. We got one of the catapults. We got one of the catapults, and their panther is already pretty badly hurt. So we're back to 3-on-3. Probably very quickly approaching a 3-on-2.
Yes, Commander.
Paradise. Take a step. Point in that guy's direction. And can you just land a couple of missiles in the CT, please? I'm not asking for all of them, just a couple. Still not getting the job done. Still not getting the job done. Looks like maybe one of them snuck through.
Commander.
Man. Alright, is there a better position that Griffin can get, or that Apex can get to? Not really. Is there a better position to be standing in? Also, not really. Can we jump at it? DFA on the catapult? Does 100 damage at 85 to hit? Or 90 damage at 95 to hit? Spread around though. You know what? This whole staying close and clobbering them plan is working remarkably well.
No retreat.
Let's just guarantee this DFA
Death from above.
and continue to just be too close. Yeah, and ignores cover. We like that. Yep. Yeah, so because we baited the enemy team in, and they're just too close for that kind of garbage, it's not sure what to do.
I'm hit.
And now we leverage our close range
Right here.
combat skills. Melee for 100 or barrage for 100 and much more. Gonna have to move though. And actually, can he get a rear position on? He can get a rear position on that catapult.
I'm on the move.
It's still got 70 armor in the front, 55 in the back.
That's a critical hit.
There we go. Drill out one side. Open up the rear center.
Reporting. As you wish.
Paradise, your only job is to kill this panther.
Target acquired and locked in.
I don't care how you manage it. I don't care what you have to do to make it happen.
That's a critical hit.
I would prefer if you did it sooner before later. My God.
Awaiting orders.
98 for 70 damage, or 95 for 90. Actually, if I could get to its left side. I'm guessing if I try to make a melee move here, it's not going to let me move to its right side, or its left side. Oh? I have options, apparently. I think that's still probably the front, but... Also, it didn't respect my click, so, you know.
See how you like this?
Whatever. Whatever. Oof. Come the machine guns.
Armor breach. Internal damage. Critical hit. Critical hit.
Oh boy. These catapults are mean. Just mean. Speaking of mean. Really? 80% because of a refire penalty? God, bloody hell. And target moved. Okay. It's a little rough. Shutdown warning. Let's clear the refire penalty.
Second.
Open up panel.
Internal structure damage.
Yes, Commander. Move order received.
Seriously, just kill the freaking
Unloading
thing.
a full stop.
There we go.
That would be a kill.
Mission freaking accomplished. Thank you, Paradise, for finally doing the job that you were supposed to do like 4 turns ago.
Aye, aye.
Got a decent fighting chance against what remains of this team.
Back in action.
So the question is, where do we go from here? Hello. We can get rear arc on this catapult,
On the move.
so we will take it. Numbers aren't great because we had to stand up. Let's drop the alarm off because not even...
Target lock on enemy's rear.
Don't want to waste the heat because might need it. Again, large laser. Thought they're supposed to be accurate. Questioning the build quality of those lasers. PPCs to the rear. That's always what you love to see.
Armor breach. Internal damage.
Hey, Sumo. You want to land on this guy? Because I'd love it if you landed on this guy. Actually, even you can get good position if it respects that.
Target locked.
Crunch. I'll say on the leg.
Reporting.
Okay, what do we got? He's banged up from the rear. He's banged up from the rear. I think we'll have Sumo worry about the catapult at the bottom of the screen there and have Apex and Paradise do their work on this guy here. Make sure I got the right facing. Yep. This way.
Moving out.
Cram those missiles up his tailpipe, please. Overheat warning. How are we overheating? Drop the laser.
Firing at the enemy's ship.
There we go.
That would be a kill.
That's the kind of work we're looking for out of you.
It's getting hot in here. Yes, Commander.
Okay, 1 mech left. Not really any great position to take it from. Let's just
Moving to position.
move and get a line on it. the LRMs. LRMs aren't going to get any better, so no sense in
Giving him everything
inspiring this shot.
Yeah. Aye, aye.
Oh boy, are we going to drill this guy.
Objective complete.
Boy, howdy did we ever drill that guy. Alright. Pick up a little bit of vindication there. As the Lyrans make up for their shocking and grossly incompetent loss in the first game. Picking it up in the second. We lost witness early, unfortunately, due to poor positioning and a misclick on my part, but the rest of the team gets through. Enemy team gets cored out. We split 1-1 with the Combine, which seems appropriate given their back and forth over their border territories for the however many centuries of warfare between the two interstellar nations. Seems alright. Definitely a situation where you can't let the other team leverage their long-range strengths, and forcing them into a short-range engagement worked out completely and totally in my favor. So, that'll be all in today's extra extended double feature of BattleTech in the morning. I am a slightly less salty Captain Nips, thanking you for watching, hoping you enjoyed the video. Have a good weekend, folks. Take some time off, reflect on your tactical errors, and come back stronger the next time. As for me, I'll be taking some time off too. Have a good day, have a good weekend, and I will see all of you in the next video.